Right, so first of all, who are you? What is your role at the club?
Right, I'm Andy Brown. I'm the volunteer coordinator and also in charge of the turnstiles on match days.
Okay. Now, we've got lots of new supporters who won't know who you are, but most of the regulars know Andy Brown.
Yeah.
How did you first become connected to Enfield Football Club? We all know that it's Enfield Town Football Club now, but no doubt you was involved with Enfield Football Club. How did you first become involved with that?
I started going to Enfield, I wouldn't say following them, in about the late 70s. My parents would allow me to travel away with Tottenham.
Right.
At the time, you know, going away, particularly when I was about 13, 14, was a pretty harrowing experience. So basically, I had family friends lived around here.
Yeah.
I used to come up from living in East Grinstead. I suppose with the new club, I stopped following the old club the first season they played away from the stadium.
Right.
It was, you know, there wasn't the sort of internet technology we have now.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know where we were playing.
Yeah.
I think I went to see the old Enfield at 5 or 6 different grounds. I thought, well, that was it, you know.
It died.
Yeah, it died. For me, it died. But I wasn't, and I don't think like some of the more sort of hardened supporters. That must have been more heartbreaking than it was for me. It's just like, I'll find somebody else to follow on a Saturday afternoon when Spurs are away. In terms of Enfield Town, I turned up to the first league game, sort of not really knowing what to expect. A couple of friends that I've made at the club, very close friends over the years. You know, we started going away together, and that was quite a kind of new experience.
Yeah.
And then just sort of followed the club at Brimsdown. When we moved here, I talked to Dave Farrington. He sort of said to me, get behind the turnstiles and manage that for the game, and I've sort of done it ever since we've moved here, really.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for people like Dave Farrington, you know, he's sort of really, and other people, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But, you know, he was saying that, you know, if you want to help do something useful, go down and do the turnstiles. So I've been doing that ever since, really.
Yeah, and it's invaluable. It really is. Can you remember when you first watched Enfield FC, what your first game was?
That will be...
No one else can, so if you can, it'll be your first.
Probably after... I moved away from London when I was 16. When I was I joined the RAF, so I was posted away. So I suppose really, first game coming back would have been, I think, against Grays. First game coming back after many years away would be Grays Athletic. The year that, you know, Enfield won the league and couldn't go up. That was my first. The other times I've just been sort of darting in and out.
Yeah.
But I can remember that, you know, I certainly remember going to some of the kind of conference games, mainly away because I was down in Plymouth.
Yeah.
So I had to sort of kind of...
What's your greatest memory of Enfield FC? On and off the pitch?
On and off the pitch, I don't think off the pitch. I think on the pitch, taking 1,000 away to Dulwich.
Wow.
That season when we nearly went up.
Yeah.
And most of those games taking 1,000 away, and people sort of, you know, London, there's teams and people moving across, and being in Victoria Station, being about 500 Enfield fans there. I think also on the pitch, drawing it home to York, when we really should have won. The 2-0 down, we should have won that.
Okay.
And sort of people I know who follow York, you know, always talk about it ever since, really.
Yeah.
In terms of Enfield Town,
yeah.
I suppose for me was winning the league at beating Burnham Ramblers, winning the league that year to go up.
From the Essex Senior.
Yeah, for the Essex Senior League. Yeah.
Yeah. First promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who's your idol at Enfield Football Club? The player. The same with Enfield Town FC. Who's your favourite player?
And Enfield, Andy Pate, really.
Yeah.
He was sort of a class player. Enfield Town, I've been so many. I had a lot of time for Rudy Hall.
Yeah.
Sort of certainly gave everything for the club. And I think sort of more recently Mark Kirby, now at Hendon.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him back. And there's numerous other players. I think Nathan McDonald's also stands out.
Yeah.
There.
As a club, Enfield Town Football Club now, who do you have the most respect for? Within the club, as a whole.
Within the club, it would be Dave Farrington.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know he's not got the stadium manager as he was, but to me, he's always somebody who, yeah, if anything goes wrong, you go to Dave.
Yeah.
And he fixes it.
Yeah.
Or something else happens, he fixes it.
Dave fixes it.
And if anything goes untoward,
yeah,
he sort of, you know, you just think he's there and he'll fix it, and he'll always sort of support you. And he's also do the stewarding during the game.
Yeah.
There'll be 1 or 2 occasions where we've had like some concerns.
And if your car's paying up, he can fix it, can't he? Thanks, Andy. Super stuff. Now lead away and show us how you set up.
You feel it? These are the tickets for today's game. So I don't quite know what crowd we're getting, but what we do is we write down the numbers to make sure that nobody comes in on last week's ticket.
So we're making up the numbers, so in case any smart arse or things that can just sweep into last week's tickets can be...
Yeah, in credit,
Yeah.
most people don't.
Yeah.
But some people seem to think that
It's clever.
it's clever.
Yeah.
And actually when we write it down it stops all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Then what Nigel will do, who does the gate,
Yeah.
he'll have a list of guests.
Yeah.
That's players' guests, plus any guests we've got from a variety of sources, local paper, could be local offers that the club have made, sometimes they might even tell us, but also there are sort of guests who have written to the club saying that, you know, they're coming to the club for the first time, they're doing an article and whatever, so everybody shows an ID.
Yeah.
And everybody, we don't ask for proof whether people are on benefits,
Yeah.
because you know that's insulting, it's not our job.
Yeah.
But mainly the people who come through the gate was as good as gold, so that everybody
So apart from the complimentaries, everyone else
paying
pays
guests,
to get in.
everyone else pays to get in.
You've got season ticket holders, obviously.
Season ticket holders, what went Ryman passes.
Yeah.
So playing VCD today, they'll have their Ryman passes, we can tick them off. Again, majority of clubs, vast majority of clubs are quite happy with that. You get people wondering what's going on.
I heard a rumour that even directors pay to get in.
Oh dear.
Season ticket holders?
I can't confirm or deny at this stage. No, most directors do, not most directors do, they pay here. There's also they pay at the board, in the boardroom as well. As a supporters-led club, everybody has to take, it's a role, everybody has to take responsibility, whether it's a moral responsibility or not. There'll be 2 of us on the gate, working each turnstile, really busy. There's 3 people on the gate, so there'll be 2 each side.
And here you are, 12:15 for a 3 o'clock kick-off.
Well, we'll get everything set up so I can have a cup of tea. And I feel like everything's ready to go
Yeah.
at 12:30, whether there's a game on B Sky B upstairs, but what we don't want are people just like nipping through.
Yes.
Because it is, we have
Never
a financial responsibility for this ground, and we're talking of collecting, thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Thousands of pounds over the season, but certainly like thousands of pounds
Even
on
over
the
the
gates.
gates,
The
yeah.
money has to be counted up and bagged, put away.
Yeah.
So we don't have people like, that's the theory.
Yeah.
And then Paul, the chairman, will come with some float money
Yeah.
when he gets here. So we've always got two teams. One is the main match,
Yeah.
and then we also build up the float for the under 21s.